there, welcome, it's Deb from Do Yoga here, and short video, just a short practice, 3 exercises to help you tone your upper arms. So firstly, just going to sort of loosen the shoulders and the arms a little bit, breathing in, stretching up, and then breathing in and lowering down. Once more, breathing in, stretching up, and then breathing out and lowering down. Okay, so the first exercise that I want us to concentrate on is this position of the arms, where we bring the elbows up to shoulder height, stretch out the fingers and tense, so you're sort of squeezing and you're pressing slightly your elbows back. All right, we can do this in lots of different ways. If you work at a desk, then you might like to just try to work crossing the wrists and then pulling, squeezing down, and then raising up, crossing the wrists, relaxing, and then squeezing down. So this is a good exercise if you're seated and you just want to do a few repetitions to help tone these biceps, triceps, that area. So about 10 repetitions. If you've got a little bit more freedom of space, and you can work crossing the wrists and then lowering down, bringing up, crossing the wrists and then squeezing. So you get a little bit of a sort of relaxing in between that tension of making the shape. It's like a sort of stick 'em up shape, isn't it? We call it cactus, this shape, cactus arms, and then down. And if you want to work a little bit more all round, if you've been practicing yoga for a while, or if you're sure you've not got any problems with your hips or your lower back, you can make a sort of squat shape as well. So you're working with your thighs, and this is goddess pose. So we breathe in, bend the knees, come into the squat, cross the wrists, breathe out, squeeze, shoulders back, stretch the fingers. Breathing in again, relax, and then that's the repetition. Just do one more. And then just release. So about 10 of those practices. So either way, standing still, standing upright, sitting at your desk, or with the squats, depending on how you're feeling, how energetic you're feeling. But they're all working the same sort of area: the shoulders, the triceps and biceps, and the elbow joints really. And it's quite good to stretch the fingers out as well, because this has an impact all the way up towards the chest. And we often think that it's good when we're exercising, the main muscles that we think about are in the lower limbs, so the buttocks and the thighs. But actually strengthening your upper body, strengthening your arms, your shoulders, does help with your posture. So it helps to keep your posture upright. And also, when your muscles are working effectively and keeping this upright posture, then your chest really benefits. And the third exercise that we'll do is a chest opening exercise, as well as good for your upper arms. So chest benefits, what's that good for? Well, it's good for your lungs and it's good for your heart. So don't neglect the upper body when you're doing your exercises. We'll come down now. So the second sort of set of exercises are the plank. So we're going to do general plank and then the forearm plank. So first of all, if you're working on a mat, come right to the top of your mat. You don't need to be working on a mat though. Box position, hands spreading out underneath the shoulders, knees underneath the hips, and take a nice breath in. Keep the gaze down and then stretch one leg out, and just really straighten that knee and press down with the toes, the ball of the foot, so that you're pressing down. And this sort of helps to sort of get your body into the idea of a straight line from the shoulder down to the heel. All right, and then let's do that on the other side. Breathing in, and then straighten the leg. Straighten the leg, push down with the toes. Feel the back of the leg, the sort of line of energy, the muscles there, and then come back. All right, and then stretch the first foot out again, and then take the second foot out. And by working like this, you're keeping a nice line from the shoulders down to your heels. What can often happen when we go into a plank is we neglect that line. So just holding the plank for as long as it feels comfortable. A good lot of weight bearing exercises to your upper body. One more breath. And then coming back. Knees together, breathing in. And then exhaling. Relaxing. Just bringing the forehead down. You can either support your forehead with your arms or bring the forehead down to the mat. So again, a few repetitions of the plank going to help to strengthen your upper arms. We've got another alternative, the forearm plank. Some people prefer this and some people find it more challenging. So, you know, it's not any better or any worse, but it's just an alternative method. So do have a practice at this and you might find that, you know, it offers a different challenge for you. On the forearms, fingers are together and the forearms are shoulder width apart. Breathing in, we're going to work exactly the same way. You can see my bottom's quite high in the air. We want to try and get the bottom down. So it's a little bit more difficult when we're working asymmetrically, but I still think it's a good idea to try and stretch that leg out, just one leg at a time. Helps your body to get that muscle memory of what the plank should feel like. Stretch, feel it in the hip, feel it in the back of the leg. And then let's take the forearm plank. So for me, I find this a lot more challenging than the normal plank, but I suppose it depends what you get used to. So about 5 breaths, and then we'll take a nice stretch again, back into the child's pose. And really, if you can, stretch your arms away so that you're getting that sort of lengthening of the muscles. In yoga, we don't want to just work the muscles. When you work in the muscles, they squeeze together and they shorten. And after you've done that sort of strength work, it's always a good idea to stretch and lengthen them. And this is what creates the tone, nice toned muscle. All right. I'm ready for one more, just one more exercise for the upper arms. And this is taking the shoulders backwards. So just begin by rotating backwards with the shoulders, squeezing the shoulder blades together, and you'll start to notice that your chest feels a little bit wider. Breathing in here and then breathing out. Now this exercise that we're going to do is one of my favourites. I have a lot of favourite yoga exercises, but this is one of my favourites. We squeeze the shoulder blades together, hold, don't hold the breath, but then it's when you release, oh, what a marvellous sense of relaxation in the shoulders, just that feeling of refreshed blood all flowing around. It's absolutely marvellous. So take it easy. If you haven't done yoga for a while, then take it easy, don't overdo it. The first so starting point of the exercise is to do a rotation of the shoulders. So breathe in, squeeze the shoulder blades, bring the shoulders up to the ears and then squeeze the shoulder blades together, and then we interlace the fingers. As we exhale, just straighten the elbows so that you're squeezing your shoulder blades together. About 5 breaths. You can feel that you're stretching across the chest, and then release and continue that circle down with the shoulders, and then a few gentler shoulder rolls. Oh, how wonderful. Now, if you want to take it a little bit further, I suggested you 2 or 3 rounds of that exercise. It really does help with the neck, the shoulders and these upper arms. If you want to take it a little bit further, if you're practicing yogi, and as long as you haven't got any problems with your back, then you can take this into a forward fold. We call it Dvikonasana. So slightly different with the breath, feet parallel, breathing in, rolling the shoulders up and back, all on the inhale. Clasp the hands, straighten the elbows, and as you exhale, then we're folding forwards, coming into the Dvikonasana posture. Just relaxing here. We're allowing gravity to help us with this posture. Take those arms a little bit down towards the ground. And then when you come up, knees are soft, lift the fingers, the knuckles up towards the ceiling for as long as possible, and then curl back up to Tadasana. Whew. Few shoulder circles just to finish. All right, so I hope that's useful for you. I hope that's going to help you. As I say, don't forget your upper body, don't forget your upper arms. Not only does it help to not have the sort of saggy bingo wings underneath your arms, but it's very beneficial to open your chest and make your posture nice and upright.